Hey guys, welcome back to another Bobby Pins Artist Spotlight. I'm so excited to present to you today Queen's own poet, Alyse. She's gonna come talk to us about how she got into poetry as a performer as well as a writer. So I'm really looking forward to that. You know, before I bring up my guest, I gotta go ahead and get into the formalities. So first of all, I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are not already following me, would you go ahead and click that follow button? It would really mean a lot. Furthermore, if you're watching live and you see a buy a badge button at the bottom of your screen and you're liking what you're hearing, you're feeling the vibe, go ahead and click that to spend a couple of pennies to show your support and let me know that you're loving what you're watching. And if you're not aware, Put Yourself On Media Academy, baby, has merch, okay? So I am sipping out of my Put Yourself On mug. We also have some t-shirts, hoodies, I got socks, and all of that. So please make sure you visit my shop right here on Instagram. And if you would like to enroll in the course, if you are a podcaster, if you run a YouTube channel, if you're looking forward to starting a blog, yes, a blog in 2021, then go ahead and enroll and Put Yourself On Media Academy. I've got two options for you. You can go ahead, just take the course outright, or you can enroll in the monthly membership, which also puts you in our community where you can network with other like-minded individuals and learn from me as well as some of my colleagues. So definitely a great value there if you want to check that out. And that's only $49. I mean, you can afford that. You spend more on that on meals that you don't even like. Last but not least, if you enjoy interviews like this where I talk to business owners, creators, artists, celebrities, head over to my IGTV to catch up on some of the interviews you may have missed, or head on over to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/thebobbypin, and make sure you click that subscribe button. Our guest is in the building, so we're going to bring Alyse up now. As she makes her way, though, I need you to do me a favor. Can you please share this live? Share and tell a friend. Hey, Alyse.
Hey, how are you? Oh, shoot.
I'm great, beautiful. How are you?
I'm good, and you? Oh, you said this already. Sorry.
No worries. I see you setting us our little Valentine's Day vibe. Okay.
I'm trying.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, so my name is Alyse. I'm a spoken word poet from Jamaica, Queens. I'm a mom. I am passion and all that good stuff. And just follow me to get to know me, because that's really all I got to say about me.
Period. Okay. I met you some years ago at a poetry event in Brooklyn. So talk to me about how you got into poetry and spoken word.
So I started writing poetry when I was about 12 years old. I needed a way to express myself, and I didn't know how to do that. So my way to express myself was always like singing songs. So I tried to write songs on my own and sing them. Problem was I couldn't sing. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to start writing poetry. And I love Tupac. So I was like, you know what? This kind of flows better for me. This feels better for me. And then doing spoken word, I started 2 years ago. After a very bad breakup, I decided that, you know, I wanted to take that step because my ex actually took me to New Rican's Poets Cafe. Wow. And I see myself doing this. Like, I know I'd be good, like, you know, but I just didn't have the courage, and that's not something that I would have ever seen myself doing. So after the breakup, I was sick, and I told myself, yo, when you get a little bit of your voice, go to New Rican. So as soon as I got just a little bit of my voice, I went straight to New Rican. I was scared as hell. I was number 26. There's only 25 people that were able to go. And my cousin, he actually spoke to La Bruja, and he's like, you know, we're coming from a long way and everything. We was just coming from Queens. But
that's like, a long way.
Well, yeah, but, you know, so she's like, no problem. I'll let her go last. And I did it. And after that, I was like, you know what? I want to keep doing it. I can't see myself stopping. When I said it, I was lying. But I wanted to prove a point to myself that I could actually do the things that I was afraid of. So I continued to do it. And 2 years later, here I am.
Or maybe you weren't lying. Maybe you were manifesting. That's awesome.
Maybe. That's another way to look at it.
I love how sometimes heartbreak can propel us into where we need to be. A moment of transparency. I feel like I've kind of flourished in the last 6 months or so. Off the heels of a heartbreak, right? When you get that reminder that, like, I don't really, like, I'm already who I am. Like, I don't really need you to make me who I am. It would have been nice for you to compliment that, but I'm that bitch already.
Right.
So it sounds like you have tapped into that.
I tried my best, man.
How did you get the moniker? You said they call you Woman of the Night. Talk to
Woman
me
of the
about
Night.
that.
Oh man. Okay, so yes, I'm actually gonna do a series about that as well. But I got the thing Woman of the Night. I kind of came up with it on my own because I like to party, and I was going through a very, very, very dark time. At one time, I had lost my job. I was this is a very vulnerable moment, but I was dealing with the idea of knowing that I was raped, and just overall trying to keep up with my friends, trying to keep up with poetry, trying to make sure that I'm still a great, amazing mom, and everything all at once. It just was like, oh my God. So when I would go out to these poetry events, I would end up drinking pretty much before I would perform. And then sometimes we go out to party and I'd end up drinking too much. I'd black out a lot. And I'm like, yo, I'm like a woman of the night, man. This is crazy. So when I decided to write the poem, I was like, that's my title. I didn't think much of it. I just said, that's my title. And I started to write a poem about all of the things and my anxiety, my depression, everything all into one. So that's how I pretty much got that name.
You gave me the perfect segue to ask for you to go ahead and share a piece with us, please, if you don't mind.
Of course, I'll share that piece. All right, so I am a woman of the night. I drown in drinks so that I can silence the thoughts in my mind, one drink at a time, knowing I'm not being kind to my body, but it just feels so damn good. Not to overthink, not to rehearse scenes that may never be played out. For a moment, I'm me. Maybe a bit too carefree, but at least I'm living. When I wake up tomorrow, I can be forgiving, but right now, I'm living my glorious sin. Right now, this is how my life begins. Weekends are all I need. And of course, my liver soaked so that the me inside my mind is no longer choked and hiding behind the thoughts that constantly leave me lost or questioning more of how I should be. In the night, I am free. There are no voices in my head yelling to let me be. There is no other versions of me. See, she'll never fight, just dance and climax the new height. She inhales life with a thirst that quenches better than Sprite. No spite in her heart. For once, she's not falling apart. Everything is as it should be. See, she knows that if she was home, she'd be curled up in fatal fetal defeat, gripping her knees, shaking and praying for her sanity, because this life ain't never been easy. She gives life all she can, and every time she gets enough air to breathe, it's like life crushes her windpipe just enough to self-repair, never fully leaving her in despair. It's like her self-care is amusing. So she figures, I figure, why try? When the reasons to abide are the same reasons that you cry, are the same reasons that you die. Why? When they say tomorrow isn't promised, so why can't I be the woman of the night every night? Why can't I fight my demons with a little bit of help? Do we always have to be brave? Why can't sometimes we be saved? Do we always have to know what to say? I know I'm comfortable in my shades of gray because not everything is black and white. Sometimes it's purple, sometimes it's green, sometimes it's red, and sometimes it's just all a dream. Thank you.
Woo! Girl, it was one part. I almost choked up and started crying. I felt it. Girl, the passion, not only the passion of your words, which is so intricate, your wordplay, how you can use homophones and things of that nature, but your delivery. Like, talk to me about the process of creating, if you can even find the words for it.
Honestly, every time I try to perform it, I try to just go back to exactly how I felt when I wrote it. The initial first audio of it was definitely completely different. It was a lot faster. The more comfortable I get with my pieces, the more I'm able to actually really display and let you feel how I felt in those moments, how the depth of each word, each not note, but it's almost like my poems have a melody to them.
Yeah.
That's how it feels to me. So to get you to feel exactly how I felt, to understand what I felt, to see what I see, that's how I get comfortable, and I just kind of display it that way. And of course, you look people in the eye and it resonates because it's raw, it's vulnerable. It's not anything that I'm trying to make spectacular. Like when I wrote that piece, I wrote it instantly. It wasn't something that I wanted to be perfect. It wasn't something that I wanted to be wordplay or, any of those things. It wasn't premeditated. It was what it was. This is where I was, how I felt.
That's what we call gifted. I'm looking at the hearts and the fire flame emojis and the stars. Shout out to Poobs the Plush. She brought a badge tonight. She's awesome. She showed out, okay? Girl, I'm trying to figure out how to move forward after that. Such a powerful performance. Talk to me about juggling your poetry, finding the space to create, as you said, your mother, right? So how do you find that space alone for you to kind of go into your thoughts? And then also as a performer, like how do you juggle that?
Honestly, right now, it's of course there's not much performing to be done besides Instagram lives and things like that. When it comes to being a mom, I'm a mom first before anything. My daughter knows that I do poetry. She's seen it, so I use it to kind of make her be just as confident as me. So we kind of just sit side by side. So she actually is the first person that hears any of my poems. She goes over them and she'll be like, "Hey, mom, that wasn't good," and so on and so forth. She's only 7, but it's a way for us to interact with each other outside of homework and so on and so forth. And then when she knows, she'll be like, "Okay, hey, I don't want to go to this performance because it takes too long, so I'm gonna let you do you. I'm gonna go to my family's house." And we separate that. I always have basic support, so people watch her when I go to do the rest of it. I do the best that people are looking for me. I try to keep my page active, but people come looking for me like, "Hey, where are you?" And I'm just like, I'm somewhere in the depths of my mind, but I'm trying to keep myself balanced when it comes to working, because I just found out today that I possibly got a job. Haven't been working for 2 months, so I balance it just as, and I tell them this is my hobby, but I also use them as
Alyse,
ears.
I don't want to miss
It
anything
just
you're
creates
saying.
a relationship between all around.
For sure. I don't want to miss anything you're saying. I need you to either turn on your Wi-Fi or turn off your Wi-Fi, because we're getting a little bit of interference. But it sounds like you said you have a good support system and you're actually able to take your poetry to work, which I think is really cool and very important for creatives to be able to, earn an income and take care of ourselves, but also, of course, be able to still work on our art and express our creativity. Alyse is working out her Wi-Fi situation, guys, so hang tight. But if you are just tuning, yeah, it was a little glitchy. Now I hear you fine, but you're frozen on my end. It could. Viewers, go ahead and let us know. Is she fine on your end? If so, we'll continue. But I'm getting a spinning wheel right now. All right. I'm going to pop her off. We'll bring her right back. Thank you guys for your patience. It's 2021. We are all working through this thing. I'm still shook up by that performance. She's powerful. If she could do this through the phone, then I know in person, when outside's back open, y'all ain't even ready. But again, I thank you all for tuning in. I have 2 more interviews on Sunday. So if you like this type of thing where you want to get to know music artists, poets, creatives of all kinds, visual artists, business owners, authors, I speak to all of them. So please make sure you tap in, hit that follow button so that you always can keep up with these interviews. And if you are an artist or creative and you're looking for an opportunity to spread the word and let people know what you do, feel free to shoot me a DM. Let's get you on. Here she comes. There we go.
Okay.
Look, man, the internet gods were not trying to let you be great.
I see. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's doing so good. And then it just was jumping everywhere. So, okay.
All right, you look good. You sound good. Let's keep going.
Okay.
So what, is there a piece or a project that you're most proud of so far?
Honestly, so far, it has yet to be created. There's actually a few poems that I've already written. They're new poems. I haven't really shared them much. Like right now, I'm working on about an 8-poem series that it's going to entail. It's called Cleaning Out My Closet. And each poem is just about something that happened last year that I'm letting go of within this new year, and things or behaviors that I want to let go of, and things that I wanted to get off my chest to either people or so on and so forth.
Okay. And that's a book, you said? A poetry collection?
Oh no. It's freezing again? Or is it good?
It's a bit choppy, but I think we can understand.
Okay. It's not a book, it's just a video series. Some of them are not actually going to have visual. There's some that will, because they're some of them will just be basic home visuals, videos that I want to get across, things that I want to say to other people, uplift other people, maybe get other people to actually stand up for themselves, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So it's like just a whole vulnerable series.
Tell us where we can support you with that. Is it on YouTube?
Oh man, I feel like it's freezing again. I'm so creating it, but it will be on YouTube. Yes.
Okay, my bad. I'm rushing the creative process. So that means, guys, you need to click her name. I pinned it right at the bottom of the screen, and follow her so that when she drops this series, you can tap in and you can support her, and you can hear these messages that she has. She's extremely passionate. We can hear it. We can feel it. So yeah, make sure you tap in and support my girl. I was going to say what's next, but I think you just answered it. I'm really looking forward to this series.
Thank you. Yes. I can appreciate it.
Babe, I don't know what's happening, but I think we having some real serious technical difficulties. I don't want to rush you off, but I'm not sure how to help you. But definitely appreciate everyone who is tuned in. And please make sure you catch this replay.
Don't want to let me.
Uh-oh. She had to type it in. Again, I say thank you guys for tuning in. This has been Bobby Penn's Artist Spotlight. I do at least 2 of these a week, sometimes even 4. So again, I have 2 more interviews on Sunday if you want to tap in. Please make sure you check out poet Alyse. Her Instagram name is Lyseaa, Lysea. So show her some love. As she mentioned, she is working on a new poetry series. There will be visual and audio, so you can support her in that way and capture her words, not only in print, but also hear her delivery and see the passion in her work. So I appreciate you so much for booking with me today. And girl, we're going to chop this thing up and it's going to look phenomenal, and nobody's going to know we had any technical difficulties. So no worries. And again, if you are interested in building your own media platform, whether that's a YouTube channel, if you want to create a series or a franchise here on Instagram, maybe a podcast or a blog, and you want to do so with credibility and the opportunity to monetize it, then you need to check out my new online course, Put Yourself On Media Academy. You can learn more at putyourselfonacademy.com. Of course, maybe you don't want the course, but you just want to show some love and support your girl. Go ahead and cop up. We got merch, t-shirts, hoodies, sweatpants, socks. This mug I'm drinking out of. Show me some love. Head on over to youtube.com/thebobbypin to catch more interviews like this. And yeah, it's probably more for me to promote, but that's just going to be in the link in my bio. So thank you again so much for tuning in. Make sure you share this live with a friend, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.